What's up, guys? Welcome back here. Today I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about some John Collins mock trades. And as you know, there's been rumors of John Collins wanting out of Atlanta because of his unhappiness with not getting a huge role on offense. He just looks like he doesn't even care about winning no more. It's just about the touches he get and wanting a max contract. And because of that, Atlanta could be looking to trade him. So I got 6 trade ideas for him to go to. And if you enjoy, make sure to drop a like on it, comment down below any video ideas you want me to do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel at 81 right now, trying to hit 100 soon. But now let's get started. So the first trade's going to be with the Boston Celtics. And the trade's going to be John Collins for Carson Edwards, Robert Williams, a 2021 first, a 2023 first, and a 2021 second round pick. And the reason why they're giving so many picks is because you know their picks are going to be late. So they're going to have to give extra. Robert Williams is a good, solid big. He's having a decent season right now. I think could be a really good replacement for them. Playing either power forward or center, as he's an undersized center right now. But he can easily play power forward. Carson Edwards, a young role-playing guard who can take the minutes that Brandon Goodwin has been getting. While Chris Dunn and Rajon Rondo have been battling through injuries, he can definitely get those backup point guard minutes and definitely upgrade from Brandon Goodwin. And hopefully have to guard the future as he's locked up for 3 more years. And with the 3 picks, you add extra youth. And then with John Collins on the Celtics, he can easily play the small ball 5 if needed. He's a much more comfortable power forward than to play the Thompson and Dice front court duo. He can play the 4, he can play some small ball 5. He can just fill that offensive role. He could be another offensive spark, a great lob threat for these other Celtics players to expand their playmaking, especially Marcus Smart even more. And I feel like he's going to have a huge and fun time being able to win in Boston. And I think Boston will be very gladly to give them the money they want if this season goes really well. Next is the Miami Heat, and they're going to have John Collins in exchange give up Kendrick Nunn, Casey Okpala, 2025 versus 2027 first. The reason why they're not have to give up an extra second or 2 because these picks are so in the future you don't even know what Miami's going to look like. But I think the Heat would take the chance because a John Collins, Bam Adebayo front court would be studded. Amazing offensive power and John Collins' offensive ability with Bam Adebayo's defensive ability. And John Collins is actually willing to take threes, so he's able to space out a little more. And he'll likely be like a 3rd option on the team, to be honest. And it'll help them grow, especially with Jimmy Butler and all these Heat players missing time, being super gassed. Having a young, fresh player in John Collins who's excited for an offensive role could be really good for him. And then as for the Hawks, they get a good backup one guard to Kendrick Nunn. Like I said, Chris Dunn and Rajon Rondo battling through injuries, haven't been super active. You got Brandon Goodwin getting minutes. I think Kendrick Nunn can really replace them and even play some too. Casey Okpala, a young forward that you can develop to be a 2-way stud, like how DeAndre Hunter has been a 2-way stud for you. Those future picks, those could end up being like really valuable picks if you don't know how the Heat will be. As Jimmy Butler is really good. Got like guys like Iggy, Olynyk, Leonard. You don't really know how they're gonna look. Robinson's expired. And you really won't know what the team will look like. So if they end up being a really bad team, those picks could be really valuable and they'll pay off in the long run. As for the Heat, they're trying to make sure that final run wasn't a fluke. Next, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves, and they will be getting John Collins plus Brandon Goodwin in exchange for Jared Culver, Nas Reed, a 2023 first and a 2022 second. Jared Culver is a guy who I think could do something kind of special with the right amount of minutes. And I think he can get more minutes for the Hawks than he could get with the Wolves. And since he's locked up for 3 more years, plus you get a young big locked up for Nas Reed 3 more years, I think the Wolves would want to give up any recent picks because they already suck so bad. And plus they really can't trade their 2022 pick because they don't have the 2021. They give up also an extra second. Both of those picks that end up being really valuable if Minnesota doesn't pick it up. But Minnesota's going to take the risk by taking John Collins to pair in the front court with Cat, which could be really something special. And I feel like they will be way more willing to give John Collins the max contract he wants. Maybe Minnie can bounce back and have an even brighter future with guys like Edwards. You still have guys like Okogie. You got D'Lo, Beasley, a lot of young talent on that squad. And this could be one of the best squads in the future if the cards are played right. The 4th trade I got is with the Phoenix Suns, and it's going to be John Collins going to the Phoenix Suns. In exchange, they trade Cameron Johnson, a 2024 first and a 2026 top 10 protected first. And you know a guy like John Collins and his offensive masterpiece with an amazing playmaker like Chris Paul could make John Collins thrive the way we really thought DeAndre Ayton would thrive, but really hasn't. But a lineup of Paul, Booker, you got Bridges, and then you got Collins at the power forward. and then add Aiden at the center would be way too scary and could solidify themselves as a contender. As for the Hawks, you get a replacement forward as a guy who can play the 3 or the 4, and he just knows his role very well. He can easily be just a really good quality starter for you, and getting 2 extra firsts makes it even better, especially with you not knowing what the Suns will look like in the future. Even though they got Devin Booker locked up, they will also have Chris Paul, who's expired and aging. All these role players are going to be expiring. You really won't know what their roster will look like in 5 years, so you take the risk of getting those picks hoping they're valuable. But getting a good role player to fill in and knows his role and would be mad about contract and is also locked up for 3 more years could honestly help the Hawks even more and hopefully making a push for the playoffs. My next trade is going to be with the Charlotte Hornets, and it's going to be PJ Washington and a 2022 first round pick going to the Hawks, and they're giving up John Collins. John Collins could be really scary with this Hawks amazing young core, as you got Miles Bridges thriving from the emergence of LaMelo Ball. Devontae Graham and Terry Rozier looked off, but I think they can bounce back. Really just Devontae Graham's been looking off. Terry Rozier has been pretty decent. Devontae Graham has been awful, but he can definitely bounce back. But the lobs that LaMelo could be throwing to John Collins and Miles Bridges every game, the Hornets fans would go crazy for, and I think Jordan would want that excitement that fans would get from just seeing this trio. I feel like they could really thrive for it. As out from the Hawks, they get a really good power forward who's also locked up for 3 more years, and also get an extra first from a team who isn't very good right now. So maybe if they can't pick it up in a year, you could just got a top pick and a really good locked up power forward on a rookie contract for just an expiring contract, which could be really good for you. I think the Hornets would be willing to pay John Collins though. They wouldn't be scared because I feel like they would want him to have a huge offensive role on the team. And I feel like him with LaMelo could really bring out the best in him and bring out the best of LaMelo with Miles Bridges being able to space the floor, maybe even upgrading at center. Maybe he can even play a little bit of small ball center. I feel like this Hawks duo of Collins and LaMelo could be really scary for a long time. And finally, the last trade I got with the Orlando Magic, and it's going to be Aaron Gordon in an unprotected 2021 first going to Atlanta in exchange for John Collins and Tony Snell. The Magic do this by getting younger, solidifying themselves with the rebuild, and when Fultz and Isaac get back healthy, you're going to have a really good young core to build around, as you're going to be more willing to pay Collins. And you're also going to have a huge expiring Tony Snell, which could also free you up cap space, which could hopefully help you get better depth in free agency, or just free up cap space by trading away bad contracts, and you could actually get some really good players in free agency. And as for Aaron Gordon, he's locked up for 2 years for the Hawks. He brings the same athleticism that John Collins can bring, but he's not as mad as the offensive role he gets, but he sometimes like to take some bad shots overall. But I think he could bring similar production to what John Collins did. Not the same production, but you're also getting an unprotected first, which could be really something if the Magic just fall off this year because of all the injuries they're being going through. And if that really happens, this could be a really huge dub for the Hawks. But it could also be a really huge dub for the Magic because you got all this expiring contract, Kobe free agency, plus getting a really good young John Collins. And if he's willing to re-sign with them, they could have a really good young core for the future. What do you guys think about these mock trades? I feel like y'all will not like them, but I think they're really good trades. Make sure to comment down below your opinions. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace out, guys.